We're here. Sorry we're late. We were apologizing to our friends over on Instagram as they were watching us kind of get everything set up. We were having technical issues with the light not being on, and it took us a minute to get all the beer out here because tonight's a big night.
And what do you mean?
We are heading into one of my favorite seasons.
I'm such a smartass. I know what it means because I see the beer.
We're heading into one of my favorite seasons.
I know it's my favorite.
Oktoberfest.
It's one of my favorites too. I love the fall. Does
do
anybody
too.
else love the fall? Do you love the fall?
Oh,
let us know.
For the 2 seconds of fall that we get in Florida, we love the heck out of it. And I always my compulsory fall photo, being a Floridian, is I find a brown palm frond on the ground and take a photo of it and talk about the leaves changing.
Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what you're drinking tonight with us. Clearly, this is our one night to indulge in some beer. And we have started the fall celebration early because, yes, Rhonda Lee, Darlene, and they agree with us that fall is their favorite time of year.
Yeah.
Favorite time of year.
It's pretty awesome. I mean,
I love it. I love it.
It's warm, but then it starts to cool off. Down here, the humidity drops. That's better than anything.
Well, yeah, it's like a slight drop right now, and then we'll continue to see improvement as we go. Dawn is the same there where she is. She says she loves the fall, wish the weather would cooperate more here.
Yeah. We've been, it's been almost daily here with our storms. And of course, we're monitoring the tropics because there's stuff happening out in the Atlantic. But we're not going to worry about that right now, because what we're talking about tonight with fall is some of the seasonal changes that come. And, you know, that people talk about the leaves changing down here in Florida. We talk about the color of license plates changing. What also changes this time of year,
the color of license plates.
Yeah. All the northern license plates come down here.
Oh, that's true. Our northern friends come down to celebrate a little bit of fall. They go back up for the holidays, and then they come down to escape the super cold winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What also changes, though, are the beer labels in your grocer's beer cooler.
Accurate and true.
And or your favorite package store. And you get some seasonal offerings like what we have here. And I'm very excited for these because these are going to be offerings that are in all likelihood distributed where you are. If you're in the continental United States or North America, chances are good you can get your hands on these. To our international friends who are on a different continent, I don't know. Let us know if you've ever heard of these. And over here in the tubes, we have got Zealous Night. Hello and welcome. Love the fall. Balmy mid 80s. Yeah, it's a little,
really?
It's a little something.
Oh, look, it's one of our friends from the Jeff Galloway weekend.
And we've got Mary over on Facebook. Welcome in from Atlanta, but at the beach now.
Oh,
good for you.
You know what? I wish we had some Orpheus brewing when it gets the 1 minute it gets cold here in Florida.
Yes.
Because that's such a great time there, and I want them to bring that back if they can.
Wonderful Atlanta brewery. They do a lot of barrel-aged stouts, and a lot of their stuff starts at 10% and goes up from there. I mean, they have some really potent things.
Andy Davison has joined us over here. Fun Size Jen wants us to rake her leaves.
Sleepless Night is Zealous Night is Dean Gerber.
Oh,
that's Sleepless
on YouTube.
Night. Thank you for explaining the your handle to me, Dean. I appreciate that. Well, we're going to go ahead and dive in with the first of our offerings here. And I believe we may have talked about these in the last year or two, but it's nice to revisit some of these.
Rhonda's having water with us as we are presenting these beers.
Excellent.
Yes. And Darlene is having bourbon cold brew.
Very nice.
Just want you to know.
Well, this first one that we're having tonight is one that caught my eye. I remember, I I'm pretty confident we've tried this before.
Have we?
I don't know if we've talked about it on a live stream.
Merrily We Run. Welcome on Instagram. I am Andrew Graham. Welcome to our beer chat.
And the first beer we're having tonight is from Shock Top Brewing. So again, some people will argue whether or not Shock Top is a craft beer.
Yeah.
I think that Shock Top, Blue Moon, those are beers that are good entry level craft beers for people a lot of times. And this is their Twisted Pretzel.
Yeah.
Interesting can or bottle in this case. This is, of course, made by Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
So hence the argument that they're not craft, but
Don is just having water as well. They're being good in their training. Stand by. I'll be right back to the chat. The Twisted Pretzel comes in at 5% ABV. This limited time fall offering reunites the classic taste of a crisp cold beer and a warm bakery fresh pretzel in a classic fan favorite. Get it while you can. Cheers.
I am very interested.
Back to the chat.
In how they capture the flavor of. Oh, look at that. I didn't need a key after all.
Jojo has entered the chat over here.
Hello, Jojo. We've got quite the crew on across social media
This
tonight.
Fish Runs is having New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin.
Oh, okay. Now that's one we have not had. We have had plenty of New Belgium. We've had Voodoo Ranger before.
We have, but we have not had
not the Atomic Pumpkin.
I feel deprived.
I know. Answer this question for us tonight.
Ooh,
and let us know. Does that Atomic Pumpkin lean more into the pumpkin flavor or to the pumpkin spice flavor? Because there's a big distinction.
That's what we want to know. Yes, tell us, please.
And we'll let you know how this one is. Cheers.
Cheers to fall beer.
I may regret pouring the whole one here because I don't think we're going to get through 3 whole ones in an hour.
Should we have split one?
Probably.
Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah. I inhaled like pretzel.
It actually
inhaled pretzel.
That is weird. It smells like a pretzel. And it has a really bready finish like a warm pretzel.
Oh, yeah.
That is.
And I get like a hint of salt at the end. Do you get that? Or no?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody else tried this? There's like a hint of salt. It's just like a baked pretzel in liquid form.
This is really good.
Oh.
I'm very surprised.
So Cheryl says Atomic Pumpkin is good. It has some spicy spice. This Fish Run says very balanced on the pumpkin spice with a nice chili kick.
Chili kick.
I like that review.
Okay, we got to go find that one.
I hope we can get it.
Hold on, I'm gonna make a note right now because
you're gonna make a note.
That one has to exist somewhere nearby.
Oh, will we have a list? What do you mean? Will we have a list? Tell us more. Oh, of our beers. We can post them.
And we'll post the 3 that we're having tonight right in the chat so that you guys can see it.
Yeah.
And check it out. These were readily available at our local grocery store. We wanted to pick some stuff that we figured most people could get their hands on at first. They are also not really putting out a bunch of pumpkin beers locally for us just yet. So are you putting those in the chat over there?
I am.
Okay. I'm going to put the Shock Top Twisted Pretzel.
Yes, we are giving them to you in the chats. And I just want to know about Darlene's bourbon cold brew.
Yeah.
Also.
I'm curious now, bourbon cold brew, that could be dangerous. Like depending on how much bourbon there is in it. Just
when she first said bourbon cold brew, you know what I thought? I thought about the bourbon cream we had at Town Branch in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That I wanted to sneak home in our luggage. And I know Darlene just traveled. Hello, Jojo. Welcome to the chat. What are you drinking? Dawn and Rhonda Lee are being very good and having water. We're having Twisted Pretzel from Shock Top so far. And
this is my post
Mary's having vodka soda.
this is my post-run beer for tonight.
Oh, I ran this morning. And I will tell you, I stepped out and it was just a little less humid and the sky was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful at sunrise this morning.
Yeah, we've also, if you've been doing any early morning runs recently, if you've been out and about, you may have noticed if you do any stargazing at all, we have had really great visibility for Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in the morning sky. It's been fantastic. And if you're not familiar, if you're not really sure which one is which, there are some great apps on your smartphone that help you identify the stars and kind of see what you're looking at.
This guy loves that.
And loves
it. Loves it. Dean's having a rum and Coke. Yes. What kind of rum? That's what I want to know.
That's the important thing there in that equation.
Rhonda Lee is giving us
a
suggestion for future beer chats.
Oh, do tell.
She wants us to publish the list in advance, which would require planning, which I did none of today or this week, let me tell you. But for, how we're going to go seek out some of the pumpkin beer, like we got that Voodoo Ranger now recommendation.
We're going to get the pumpkin beers. We'll get those this weekend, and we'll push that out ahead of time.
We should photograph them and put them out there just so that if you have any in common with us, you can join us, which is a lovely idea, Rhonda Lee.
I like that idea a lot.
Our pink-haired princess runner who we shouted out on the show.
We did.
And it was so great to hear her feedback about an unexpected, wonderful experience when you when you go to a race and you're not sure you're prepared and you don't know what it's going to be like, and then it turns out to be one of the greatest experiences. So I love those kinds of things. And Darlene is on the road. Gosh. And just getting those 50 states. We had so many people, bird in hand, folks.
Yeah, we had this week's episode's an interview episode, and we did about a 10 or 11 minute intro to the interview, and most of that I think is shout outs. You guys are killing it out there with your runs. We are so
seriously
impressed, and we have FOMO. We want to get out there. We want to go hang out with you guys and try some of these new races. Fortunately, we do have a new race coming up, which I'm very excited about.
I am too.
Rock and Roll
Jen
is going to be awesome. Yes, and we've got to meet up and accomplish, explore, and indulge.
She said there might be possibility of breakfast on Saturday or brunch or something, which would be lovely.
Nice.
I would love it. It would be lovely.
Just so you know, Dean agrees with me about the sunrise, or agrees with you about sunrise being awesome for his 800 repeats.
Oh, I did 400 repeats this morning, Dean.
I just did 45 minutes at a 1-to-3 ratio. So
JoJo has a Minion themed 5K this week. That is adorable.
Is
there
adorable.
the costume? Can we see it?
Yes. We know that your costuming skills are very strong.
Strong. So, let's see. Minion 5K, and she's also, I think and JoJo still thinks we need to do a Zoom chat with mimosas and snacks.
We were talking about that this week. We're gonna do another patron Zoom chat because
I think we ought to do it because International Podcast Day is happening at the end of this month.
Yeah, we'll set something up for you guys and let you know what's going on with that.
I think it would be great to do. So,
Dean, thank you very much. Dean's given us props for today's episode.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Excellent.
Mark Janik from Destination Marathons.
Oh, what a great guy.
We've been so lucky over the last few months to have some really great people,
and
Mark included.
And all of them have been really awesome with, we'll talk for as long as you guys want. Careful with that. I mean, you got two podcasters on the other end. You might be there for a long time, but everybody's been so amazing. And Mark really was. And just what a cool concept for a company. I mean, we are all about the runcation lifestyle here. And for those that want to kind of turn over the planning to somebody else and to get some premium experiences baked into a trip, listen to this week's episode because Mark really kind of lays out what Destination Marathons does. And like I say at the beginning and the end, there is no remuneration here. We're not getting paid. We just want, we know that some of you, love doing what we do, which is the planning and getting in there and getting the best deal. And then others don't want to think about it.
Blas Delfina is in our chat from Tio's food truck from our very first year. So I just wanted to say hello over here on Instagram.
Welcome.
And Cheryl loves Zoom chats, so she should join us.
Excellent.
Absolutely. James loves trail runs is here. I think that JoJo is having half and half, like an Arnold Palmer drink.
Half and half what? I didn't miss. I missed the first part. Tea and what?
Half sweet and half not an Arnold Palmer, like a half sweet, half unsweet tea. And she's having steak, sweet potato, and salad for dinner.
Nice.
Yeah. And Cheryl, with her dinner, will be having Air Gordon, which is a local pumpkin stout.
I love the name.
Or she had that before, and now she's having with her dinner local Marzen. I got it now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Local Marzen of some sort.
Marzen.
Well, tomato. I mean, we can butcher any word you give us.
Of course.
Dean can't do rock and roll. He's got a 50K in Brooksville, and that's his longest race so far. Now, Dean, I saw your social media feed, and I saw that you signed up for the Keys 100. I mean, that's my hats off to you, sir. Wow.
I can't even imagine either distance.
The distance, okay, there's the distance. The distance is the distance. That's insane. And I mean that in the best way possible. But we've driven that enough times. We know, yes, it's going to be straight, flat, paved.
The Keys.
But it's also
100.
going to be completely.
Cheryl has experience with the Keys 100.
Yes.
Yes, as we know.
But it's going to be completely.
Pam is in the chat from Pure Creative Apparel.
Hey, Pam.
And JoJo is asking Dean 100K or 100 miles. Isn't it 100 miles?
The
Keys.
The Keys, I believe, is 100 miles. 100 miler.
Well, Cheryl and Dean can clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dean paced it last year. Yes, I remember that.
I remember that. That's awesome. We're trying. Hey, Pam, tonight we're trying some fall beer to get kind of in the mood for fall and hoping the weather is going to change. And we just have to say, we're wearing two of the shirts from Pure Creative Apparel.
We are.
I'm wearing this design because we interviewed Mark Janik from Destination Marathons, and they are partnering with the Donna Foundation for Donna Marathon Weekend, and the theme is Destination Donna. So I can't wait to work with Pam to get some custom shirts for that destination theming.
Yeah.
I just love it.
It's going to be great. And Dean clarified it is 100 miles, that's what
he signed up for.
And what I was going to say is it's not only it's straight, flat, paved, all that good stuff, except for bridges, of course, but it's also no shade.
Ooh, no shade.
We've driven it plenty of times. We know there's no, you're in it.
Cheryl thinks
she dodge iguanas.
She says she seems to remember them being there being a couple of distances. The main distance is the 100 miles. There's a relay option. No aid stations, she says.
Wow.
Dean.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Good on you, brother.
I mean,
wow.
Whoa. Just whoa.
Not worthy. Not me.
Jay Silly 1021 has joined our chat.
Hello.
That's why a crew is required for that 100 miler. Go Dean, James Loves Trail Run
Yeah,
said.
that's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, self-supported.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you have to have a crew.
that's rough. And of course,
Key Largo to Key West.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said there. That's an amazing stretch. I don't know that I'd want to
Brandon,
do it on
welcome.
foot, but we love going down there.
Oh, I'm telling you, there are some great places to have great meals, great beverages, and a great time.
Yeah, I mean, if I could stop in Key Largo and
Cheryl put the hashtag in crew for hire.
that's awesome. If I could stop in Key Largo and go to the Blackwater Siren and get myself a grouper Reuben to fuel the first, say, 50 miles. And then, when you get down towards
Would that be good
towards
fuel? Probably.
Isla Mirada, maybe stop in and get, a beer from Florida Keys Brewing, Isla Mirada Brewing. And then, when you get to Little Torch, stop for another snack and get some of those ahi tuna nachos at Kiki Sandbar. These are all places that we've talked about on the show, by the way. If you want to go back to runeatdrink.net and
dreaming of them,
search the Keys or Key West, you'll see those spots come up. They are phenomenal.
So good.
Phenomenal.
And then, of course, in Key West proper, there are so many.
Key West has an abundance of riches. Now, touristy, without a doubt.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Naturally.
There are some spots you can go that even the locals go to. We do talk about some of those. But, the Keys, if you haven't been and you can go, you should.
Yeah.
I know we're looking at that race in January.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're planning on doing that race still if we can get down there.
If we can
find a hotel room.
That's kind of the challenge, right?
I know.
Now. Yeah, we may not be able to do it. I'm not sure. So, but we'll find out. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
that is delightful.
A salted pretzel in liquid form. So Shock Top is winning with this.
And it also, light to medium body, light to moderate carbonation, very drinkable, great flavor, great aroma of pretzel.
Yeah. I want to know from people in the chat, this is a beer based on a pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something inspired, food inspired, that you would like to see in beer form,
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, like this is they've hit it spot on. It's like a salted pretzel.
Yeah, we just drank a pretzel.
Mm-hmm. And I want to know,
weird.
Is there something that sounds strange, but you would like to see a brewery try? Cheryl says it was an amazing experience, the Keys 100. We also got to see key deer, which are very cool and unique.
They are. You get this one stretch in the Keys where you've got to slow down for the key deer.
Yeah.
Because they're everywhere.
There are signs.
They're not scared of cars. They're not scared of people. And they're tiny. Our deer here in Florida, until you get up into North Florida, are usually no bigger than a very large dog. But they're their own kind of offshoot of deer. They're their own thing. So we're going to start with beer number 2.
Okay.
And this, don't rush. This is, of course, from America's oldest brewery, Yuengling. And Yuengling makes an Oktoberfest. A lot of people don't know that. Now you do. And I believe that we featured this one last year.
Yeah.
On the show. Again, Yuengling is another brewery that some people have a lot of heartburn about when they, start talking about craft beer. It's probably a good idea. I'd like to be able to make it to the other room. I know. Lightweights. It's middle of the week. What do you want?
Tomorrow is Friday, right? It's good.
It's middle-ish of the week. But you want to show them that beer up close? And then, of course, Amy has the descriptions over there. She'll read the description for you guys. It's a little overexposed on the camera there, but
yeah, but you can kind of see, right? Oh, Darlene says she's running the Yingling Oktoberfest 5K in 2 weeks.
very cool.
Nice.
Where is that going to be?
She'll drop it in the chat, I'm sure. So drop it in the chat, and
Amy's going to read the description for us.
I have to pull it up. You get a beer stein filled with beer at the finish. And JoJo has
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's Bethlehem, PA. Oh,
makes sense. That's where the brewery is.
Yeah. Christy Van Allen is in the chat.
Welcome. Well, hello.
And okay, so Yingling. Yes, here we are. Yingling is proud to offer our Oktoberfest as an homage to German heritage. A true representation of the style, Oktoberfest is a blend of Tinang and Hallertau hops. I just butchered that.
Those are words.
Tettnang and Hallertau.
Tetternang and Hallertau.
There you go.
There
hops.
you go.
Copper in color, this medium-bodied beer is the perfect blend of roasted malts with just the right amount of hops that serves up a slightly sweet toasted character and a mild herbal bitterness. 5.3 ABV, 14 IBU.
Okay.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
By the way, we're representing a couple of our favorite local breweries. Amy's got Big Storm over there. I have Coastal Days right here.
I see what they mean about the herbal bitterness at the end.
It's very slight. The nice and clear. It's got that amber color to it. You do get mostly the toasted malt character on that beer. It's actually a reason I like the Märzen style. I prefer, tend to prefer darker beers. I tend to prefer more malty beers. I don't like really bitter beers. My exception to that is certain Irish reds.
Oh, some certain Irish reds are very good.
And but Märzens are kind of like they kind of start you down that path, And
we got to get Big Storm's Oktoberfest.
We do.
We got to try all the local Oktoberfests.
Okay. Apparently, we're going to have a lot of homework.
JoJo has a question for everybody.
Okay.
On YouTube and Facebook and Instagram.
And Twitter.
For anybody. We never get people on Twitter.
We can't tell. I don't know that we could see their comments.
At any rate, the question is, if you are going to train for your first marathon, which race would you choose and why?
Ooh. Well, we can answer that one.
We can.
We did train for a marathon once.
Uh-huh.
We got up to 25 miles in our training runs. We trained for the Disney marathon weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back on that,
I
don't know that is the race I'm going to recommend for somebody to start to go do that distance.
Oh, Rhonda Lee is all about Disney. Running through the castle. Darlene says, if I do another full, it will be the New York City Marathon, which I totally get because Marco Cisetto, who's been on our show, says it's awesome.
Yeah.
I
don't think I'll ever be fast enough to do that one. Much like Boston, never going to be fast enough for that one either.
Well, and it's kind of like if you're not fast enough, then you got to do the lottery, right? Or you got to do charity fundraising. Right. Yeah.
But we did the Disney, we trained for it. And then the week of, we get the flu. So that right there was like, and then of course, right before the pandemic, Chef Art Smith's on the show, and he's like, yeah, let's run it together. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay. What I was thinking, I don't know.
It's lottery or charity, the New York City.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that if I were going to do it,
What would you do?
I would probably.
This is tough, right? What a question.
That's a hard one because the urge is to go with what you know.
Of course.
And we have been to some great races. You guys do hear us talk about certain ones a lot because we loved them so much, namely Donna and Anchorage Run Fest. One of those two,
would you really?
For me, might be the way to go, because either the community support being so incredible, and then of course the scenery in Anchorage. So like for me, it's like that's kind of crazy, but you couldn't get more diametrically opposite because you don't have that kind of community support at Anchorage, but it is so beautiful. And then they have entertainment along the race course, and the town is so incredible afterwards. Jacksonville, the support along the course is so amazing, and I have such a connection to the charity.
Yes.
And
we
do. And I didn't want to answer for you because you might have a different answer than me, but I think it'd be one of those two. And surprisingly, people would think, oh, Alaska, it's going to be a really hilly one. It's not, because it's a coastal city.
Kelly's in the chat and she's like, Donna was great except for the weather. So maybe this year will be different and better, the weather. And she said, but Richmond was great too. Key Largo Bridge Run half marathon is Christy Van Allen is talking about. I know it's a half, but it's beautiful.
That would be awesome.
Training for hills is so hard because it requires so much time, Darlene is saying.
And for us, we have to make a commitment. If we're doing hill work, we either have to get our butts to the gym and get on the treadmill, or we have to go run parking deck.
James Loves Trail Run says, my next one would be a destination like the Great Wall of China.
Ooh.
Or one that I hear the whole town supports, like Fargo. Fitz, who's been on our show, announces that race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's
some awesome races out there. And I guess as I get further and further away from that time when we trained and we're doing 25-mile training runs.
Are you reevaluating?
I'm not saying that it's never going to happen.
Are you changing your mind?
No. I am saying that I haven't found the one. Look at my face. I haven't found the one that would make me go, all right, I'm going
Donna, if Donna doesn't make you, nothing will. Maybe not. But
it would depend on the bling that year,
I guess.
Like today, for instance, I get an email and it's for a 5K. It's a virtual 5K, Run for a Clause. We did it a couple of years ago at Christmas. They have one of the most amazing welcome kits that you get.
It's true.
For running it. Yeah. And it supports a great charity. Mm-hmm. This year's medal is a freaking nutcracker. I'm like, I want that medal.
I know.
So guess what we're doing in December?
Rhonda Lee says, non-Disney, I would want to do maybe the big one in Nova Scotia, but it's hilly, brutal course, or maybe Toronto.
Oh, okay. Now, Dean's talking my language here over on YouTube. He says Space Coast in November, flat, fast, and community support. And I'm a giant space nerd.
Oh, maybe.
I love that idea. And
Kelly says, do Little Rock. The bling is amazing. And so do Space Coast and Little Rock.
Things about Little Rock. That's
about
true.
The bling.
But Space Coast, it's not even a Mr. T starter kit. It's a Flava Flav starter kit. Their medals are this freaking big. I mean, they're huge.
Yeah.
I mean, good grief.
Cheryl was supposed to do Marine Corps. But she can't.
Dean said he would pace us if we did.
Are you kidding me?
All right.
I don't know.
I don't need your peer pressure. right now.
It's coming to you.
I
All the
know.
pressure because you put all that out there now.
Mm,
Dean has offered to pace us twice.
I know. And Space Coast would be really cool. It couldn't be
What's the
this year.
time limit, though?
I don't
What's the
know.
time
It
limit?
couldn't be
I
this year.
think you have to consider the time limit. JoJo's question is very on point. You have to consider the time limit and what
Well,
you can do.
And this is one of the reasons that we've enjoyed the Key West races as much as we have. Granted, the October, when they were doing the one in October, there was a lot to not enjoy about that race.
Humidity.
It is awful.
At 5 a.m.
The race announcer.
It doesn't affect Dean. He doesn't care.
No, Dean's a machine. But the race is incredible. The course is amazing because it's basically a lap around the island. But if you are doing the marathon, you go off the island and come back. And one of the reasons we like that so much is because they have the half goes for as long as the full's going.
Well, yeah, that's why we love Donna. That's why we love, there are races out there that have the half going at the same time as the marathon, so it's less pressure because the course is open as long as the longer race is.
Well, and this is part of the reason I would like, or I think I might consider doing the Anchorage Run Fest again if I were going to do a marathon, because they've got the 49K going.
Well, yeah, and they also have a walking division.
They do have a walking division. Yes.
Yeah. Rhonda Lee says, JoJo, my local Cape Brayton Fiddlers is an out and back twice that goes past my house 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
Which may or may not be a good thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
You got a built-in potty stop.
Mm-hmm. And Kelly is agreeing that Space Coast has great bling. And
Space Coast has almost had us signing up at race expos in the past.
I know.
And I would like to do, which is it the Daytona half? Half. So I could run on the track.
Oh. Well, JoJo says, I'm already up to a half, so training shouldn't be that bad. And Cheryl has deferred the marathon to next year, so
that's
it's
the same
still
thing.
In your sights, and you can do it.
That's the same thing you've done as you're still kicking around the idea of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. And Cheryl's having a salad and baked potato for dinner tonight.
Nice. Mm-hmm. We had a very healthy Greek sautéed veggies thing, which was quite tasty. We're actually experimenting with some of those food delivery services like Blue Apron, Green Chef. There's one more. We've been trying those out and seeing, considering whether we wanted to do them for like a review type thing for the show as well. And what
was the other one we tried?
Hello Fresh.
That's it.
That's the other one.
There you go. So, but there you go. I don't know if anybody else has tried food delivery services. What is this?
Dean
I
says,
can't read it.
I don't know if I could commit to a kilt, but if they'll stir the pot, I'll do it. I would say I've got one I could loan you, but
no.
We'd have to get you one specifically for you.
Yeah. We would have to get him. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'd like it.
Yeah.
And we have, that was my alert telling me that the rain is starting.
Oh, no. No.
Yes.
Rain.
Yep.
Oh, JoJo wants to visit Rhonda Lee in Nova Scotia.
I would love to do something up there in Nova Scotia.
Space Coast suckers you in with their series bonus medals.
I would also, if we're going to do a race in Canada, I'd like to do something in Manitoba.
Darlene says the training is bad. Trust me.
Oh, no doubt.
And Rhonda Lee put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in her mailbox just in case she needed it.
That's great. Hey, look, we are big fans of Uncrustables for long distance runs. So
Fargo is in May and Fitz is announcing it's a possibility for JoJo, she says. Yeah.
My only problem with marathon training, if you're doing Galloway method, which I would be, and you
Oh,
would be, is the sheer amount of time you spend running. Oh, dang it. All right. Well, guess what?
it's okay.
Finish up. That was accidental.
Cheryl's volunteering for a 12-hour race this weekend. She's volunteering for the runners.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
You are wonderful for doing that.
She ran the 12-hour last year and used it for her Boston virtual. I remember that.
Dean also wants to go run up in Canada. His one of his bucket list races is Ottawa.
And so JoJo said, a red podcast trip to Nova Scotia.
You know, we do want to take this thing international.
We do.
We do.
Why? I just,
All right. So,
oh my.
sorry. You could hear the quality of the all metal beer keef that we sell on the Running Drink Podcast store there.
That's
as I
made
dropped
for
it
us
on the
by
table. Pure
Pam and
Creative
Ariel.
Apparel.
Yeah, Pam and Ariel.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to blow everybody's ears out.
This is Oktoberfest.
Yes, Amy is going to read you the description of the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Sam Adams Oktoberfest. This is probably the most widely known Oktoberfest beer that you can get commercially available. And I think another brewery that really gets a lot of guff about whether or not they're craft because of the amount that they sell. They actually have the American Craft Beer Guild's seal. So yes, they are. And I will say that this is, I think, one of their best brews that they make. Amy's going to read the description.
Celebrate beer with beer.
Well,
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. The world's biggest fest started in Munich, Germany in 1810 to celebrate the marriage of the Crown Prince of Bavaria to the Princess Therese von something. Well, yes. At any rate, Meg, how was dinner? Welcome to our chat. We're having fall-themed beers tonight. The party was so off the chain.
I'm sure it was.
The chain that it became an annual day, a festival, mid-September, an annual 16-day festival from mid-September to early October. It's a time to celebrate beer for beer's sake with food and friends to kick off cooler weather. Oktoberfest is a Marzen style, 5.3% ABV, 15 IBU. Availability August to October, so get it while you can. Food pairings, brats, big old pretzels, roasted chicken, sauerkraut, strudel. You got this. Go big. Yeah.
There's something to be said. Consistently, you'll see it comes in that at that style, it's around 5%, 5.3, something to that effect. This is what you're normally going to see. You're almost always going to see, similar color profile, light to medium carbonation.
Oh, I need to post it in the chat.
And a focus on the maltier flavors, because also this is where this is the time of year when they were also putting a lot of grain away for storage. So they were, storing a lot of grain and then brewing some. So.
And Meg is saying thank you to JoJo for all of her miles for Meg that she's running.
Aw.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cheers.
It's so sweet. And Meg says, I can't wait to meet you in person, JoJo.
Love it.
Cheers to you, ladies. And to the fall. And to Dean trying to sucker us into a marathon.
Right? Peer pressure.
Mm.
I hear it goes good with Schnitzengruben.
Who said that?
Dean. Schnitzengruben.
I can't pronounce that princess's name. Sorry.
If you go on, you can look it up on the internet.
Yeah. Good. Yes. Runcation Nation shenanigans.
Indeed.
Yes, for that. Oh, for when Meg and JoJo are gonna meet finally, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
I know.
I am just so yes. Is that not from Blazing Saddles? James Loves Trail Run says.
I believe so.
What is what?
Schnitzengruben.
Oh, you people are quoting movies now.
Yes.
And yeah, so JoJo and Meg it's Zuma, it's Cape Cod, the end of the month.
There aren't a lot of people that I know that are old enough to get the references to Blazing Saddles.
Are you going to age? Are you going to talk about age now?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Let's not talk about we are seasoned pioneer veteran people.
Works for me.
I don't know. Where do I find where Fitz is announcing? JoJo, you can find everything you need to know on Fitz's website, fitzness.com. And she has her whole race calendar up there. And
of course, her DC series would dovetail very nicely into your costuming skills.
Yeah, I think if she does that next year, I think I don't know if there are any left this year, but if she does it next year, and I'm quite sure that why wouldn't she? Then we all need to go.
Oh yeah.
To one.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Something outside of Florida.
Together. Yes. We all need to go. And Cheryl says, I'm so tired of being admired. Is that from somewhere?
Yes.
Oh, I feel out of the loop. Or I feel like I just don't remember all these things.
We're going to have a movie watching party one night. We would do it on here, but we couldn't we couldn't show it.
We
like
can't.
6 minutes of it would be allowed and everything else would get blocked or banned.
And
because that movie would definitely never get made today.
Yeah. Probably not. I don't know.
No, probably. It would not
it
would not get made today.
No. So yeah. I enjoy fall beer.
I have the dog here.
She loves her sweet. Daddy. Oh, she's so sweet, and they've been so good in all these thunderstorms. So, yeah.
Indeed.
And she's so cute.
Well, y'all get a chance to hear her or one of them on the podcast. Yes. I think right towards the end of the interview.
Yeah, I think didn't she?
He did.
He did. But yeah. I like the Oktoberfest. Which one did you like the best?
Well, of the two Oktoberfests specifically, I think that my preference is going to be Sam Adams. Yingling is good. It has a certain tartness to it that all things being equal, I prefer to not have in the beer.
What do you not prefer to have?
The tartness of the Yingling.
Oh.
As opposed to the Sam Adams.
Interesting.
They're both great. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But if I've got unlimited amounts of both at my disposal, I'll take the Sam Adams.
Oh. Meg, did you enjoy dinner? That's what we want to know. Brian cooked her dinner.
Very nice.
Yay.
It's a good egg, that Brian. You should keep him around.
His signature dish. So I like of the three. I mean,
well, I was going to say, which was your favorite Oktoberfest? First?
Oh,
Yingling
I think Sam Adams. Sam Adams was my favorite Oktoberfest so far this season.
Okay,
but the season is still young.
Now let's throw in the third oddball, the Shock Top pretzel one.
Well,
Shock Top twisted pretzel.
I would love to have it
with a mustard beer. No, I'm kidding.
No, at an Oktoberfest with it. Oh, Cheryl, have a good night.
Good night.
If Blazing Saddles were edited today, it would be like an 8-minute movie.
Yeah.
James Loves Trail Run says.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. So I really liked it. I would like to have a German meal with it.
Oh, yeah. Something from our friends at the Meat Cottage, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love that local food truck, I'm telling you. Oh,
They do an Oktoberfest spread that's not to be missed.
so good.
A couple of years ago, we did that when we covered Coastal Days at Oktoberfest,
Mm-hmm.
and they were there.
Yeah.
And they were doing their big spread, and
Mm.
that was, schnitzel and
Everything.
yeah, kraut and potatoes and absolutely
JoJo's
incredible.
disappointed that she's going to miss Fitz when Fitz is in Huntsville with Rudy for the Rocket City.
We got to look at when Rocket City is. We want to get back to Huntsville so bad. We had so much fun in that town, and it was unexpected to find out what a great food and beverage scene they had. And then Amy was, I'm in class and she's like, I'm going to go run, and just took off all over town. And at the end of my class, she's like, I found these 3 places. Let's go. And we grabbed classmates and go. And it was fun. It was such a cool city.
Yeah. We found more than 3 places.
Well, yeah. I mean, like each day.
Yeah. We found a lot of great stuff in Huntsville. So we should do Rocket City.
We should.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. We lost sound for some reason.
Well, Dean, thank you. He says, glad we finally made it to one of these. Your social media presence is banging.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That's so nice.
We're glad you could come and hang out. We try to do this, middle of the week usually. So, it's not always quite this late in the week. Usually Wednesday. Most of the time Wednesday. But yeah, if we're losing sound over there, then sorry.
We've got it.
So it's not us. Okay. Don't know.
But at any rate, we're wrapping up.
We are going to wrap up because we're after the top of the hour. We started a little bit late tonight, but we don't want to keep everybody up later.
Shinerbach beer drinkers say this is the perfect pizza beer. Oh.
Shiner. Okay.
Shiner Cheer.
Shiner Cheer
awesome.
at the holidays is it is.
We've talked about.
We have this. Shiner makes this wonderful holiday beer that looks like the label looks like cross stitch, and the flavor profile, it's a light. I want to say it's a lager, and they add in peach and pecan.
It's so awesome. I'm just telling you, get it.
Phenomenal.
Just get it. Yeah. So
still no sound on Graham, but good on Facebook.
Well,
we are going to be wrapping up very shortly because we know it's 8:00, 8:00 Eastern, other o'clocks, wherever you might be. What we want y'all to do is have a great week,
and a great weekend.
We have a long training run this weekend, 14.5 miles. We're going to be getting up at Odark Ridiculous to knock that out,
of course,
and get it done before the sun gets to us. And we're not oversleeping for that one. So we're going to knock that out and get it done. We will have, of course, new episode next week. Check out this week's episode. Mark Janik is awesome talking about his company, Destination Marathons, for those that might want a concierge experience when they go for a racecation.
Yeah.
I guess runcation if you put it together yourself, a racecation if you have them put it together for you.
I guess.
I like that. But he's a great interview, great guy. Give him a listen. We would love for you to check that out. Runeatdrink.net has that episode plus our entire back catalog. You can listen right there on the website. Of course, we would prefer it if you would subscribe. And you can do that by clicking on the subscribe buttons that are right there on the website. You can find us where great podcasts are served. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your happy Friday tomorrow. And we love you all.
And happy Oktoberfest, wherever you may be celebrating it. Happy fall. It's almost here.
Yay.
So cheers. Have a great night, everybody.
I'm so sad we lost audio on the gram.
I don't know why that happened.